How was everybody's weekend? Weekend? Were you guys nice to your moms this weekend? You take care of your moms? Moms are very, very important. Trust me, I am one. You want to do anything fun for your mom or surprise your moms with anything? Hey, sometimes dads can be the moms too. So I have to play both roles. I do mom and dad at my house. So, you know, sometimes you can do Mother's Day and Father's Day for your parent, for the one parent who you have at home. So, yeah, yeah. Did you do something nice for your mom or did you just have a good weekend? Which one was that? Oh my goodness, look at you. Made like a whole balloon thing over there for your mom. That's awesome. Where's my cameras on all my people? You guys know that. You didn't do that much? Did you at least tell your mom Happy Mother's Day and that you love her? That's okay. You know what? Sometimes that's all we need. Sometimes that's all of us moms need. So, but where are the rest of my cameras? I have like only a few cameras on. I got to get my cameras on, guys. I got to be able to see your faces. I know Ryder has a camera. I know Dalen has a camera. I know Ureli has a camera. Oh, well, are you like, okay, thank you. Don't turn that on while you're in there. Yeah, we don't need that. So yes, when you get out, that would be great. Y'all are so funny. Okay. So I'm so glad that you guys had a good weekend, and I'm glad that you guys did something nice for your moms or whoever is there for you that takes care of you, because sometimes it can be aunts and grandmas too, and they deserve a mom's day too. So because they do all the stuff that moms do. My oldest son is adopted by, and he does know who his biological mom is, but he is my adopted son, but I am his mom, and so he knows that I take care of him. So I am his mama. So yes, that it does happen. But anywho, let's move along. So has anyone had any trouble with the MLA citation work that I gave last time? Anyone have any trouble or any struggles with that? Anyone have any questions about that? I only had like a few people turn it in. So I just want to check and see how you did on. Oh my goodness, did I closed out my classroom page? Yes, I only have 4 people that turned in the assignment. 4 people. So are you all just not caught up, or are you struggling with it? Not caught up. Okay. Okay. All right, go for it. So I have a question when it says paraphrase and what? You said paraphrase and okay. I see the finger telling me to hold on. Thank you for not sharing your bathroom with us. Okay, parenthetical paraphrase. Do I have to introduce it? Like, how do I have to introduce it? So you don't have to introduce that because you're putting the parentheses behind it, but you still have to embed it. Okay, you can't just plug in a quote somewhere and just drop it in. Okay, you still have to embed it. So you still, and when I say introduce it or embed it, introducing it is like saying, a professor at Harvard Law School states da 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 da. That's introducing it, you know, that kind of stuff. Now, if you have a parenthetical phrase, paraphrase, then you can, and hi, sweetheart. you can incorporate it into your paragraph. And what you can do is you could say something like, Shakespeare, not Shakespeare. Let's see. Robert Frost uses imagery in his poetries, creating creating a darkness or creating a gloominess, highlighting, and then you can put in parentheses, then you can do your paraphrase. Okay. And then you could put your citation at the end. Does that make sense? So you're not like, when I say embedding it, you embed it as part of a sentence and create that quote as part of a sentence versus introducing it and saying a Harvard law professor states, da, 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 you know, that. So do you see the difference? Okay. Did that answer your question? Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else with questions? MLA citation is not easy. I have seniors who still struggle with it, and they've been doing it for 4 years. So I even struggle with it sometimes today when I have to write papers. I have to go through and I have to go and figure out how I need to cite something because I may not know how to cite a particular piece of evidence. So make sure that you ask questions, okay, if you're not understanding it. Okay, so let's move on. Thesis statements. Okay, so you guys have written thesis statements before for me, but it's been a while. So we're going to review some things in regards to thesis statements because you're going to be writing one very, very soon, like today. And so I want to make sure that you are on the right track with it. By now, you should have done some research on your topic. You should have chosen your topic, and you should have done some research on your topic, and then done some and found some information that you can use. So today, let's take a look at our Google Classroom, and everyone can see my classroom. I don't have, okay, got thumbs up. Good. Like it when I get thumbs up. All right. So let's see. Let me move this over here. I'm gonna move things around on my screens because it's not like my classroom. Okay. So on your classroom page, you will see that you have day 3 of vocab. You have seen this before. It's a diagram of how to write a thesis statement. This is, I posted this way back in February, and but now you guys are going to use it again. Okay, so it just kind of gives you a diagram of how to write a thesis statement. Okay, if you do not follow the diagram, if you do not follow the instructions on writing a thesis statement, I will not give you credit for a thesis statement. Does everyone understand that? Because so many times I have asked, the last time we did this, I had maybe 3 people that actually followed the instructions and the rest of you did not. Okay, this is non-negotiable at this point. So if I do not have a thesis statement in this way, or a correct thesis statement, then I will not give you credit for a thesis statement. Okay. So use the diagram. Use this to help you create something. Okay. Look at what they have written down here as examples. Okay. So this is what it's there for. Okay. All right. You will be working on an outline for your paper. And I say outline, I don't mean that I want you to write an entire paper right now. I want you to write an outline. Okay. This is where your thesis statement comes in. So you're going to create your thesis statement. All right. And then we're going to work on introductions and things like that in the next class period. But the main thing you want to focus on is your thesis statement, because that's going to be the information you're going to be answering in your paper. Okay. So that's the focus of your paper, is your thesis statement. Okay. So, so in an outline, you are just giving basic information. You can bullet point this, okay? So if you have an explanation of your topic and why it's important, you can bullet point this. I'm totally fine with that, okay? Bullet point the information in here and just put it in here, okay? That's an outline. That is something that gets all your thoughts in order and puts information out here so that I know what you're thinking and how, and your process, okay? And then your presentation of evidence. This includes evidence and explains what it means. These are your pie paragraphs, okay? If you do not write in pie paragraphs, you will be counted off for this, okay? You need to use the pie paragraph format, period. All right, pie format paragraph. Does everybody understand that? And does everyone know how to do the pie format paragraph? If you do not, please send me a text, send me a chat message right now, and we will fix it. We will make sure that you do. Is Alan? What do you outlined for each paragraph? Well, it's kind of for the whole essay, but it's divided by paragraph. So you can, like I said, guys, a lot of times when I ask for outlines, I get an entire paper. Okay, I'm not looking for a paper when you create an outline. I'm looking for ideas of what you're going to be talking about in each paragraph. Okay, so does that make sense? I'm not looking for an entire, I'm not even looking for you to write in, write in a whole paragraph down. I'm wanting you to put bullet points and ideas. I'm not wanting you to put a whole paragraph in each of these outlines. Okay, that's not an outline. Okay. Okay, so I have one person, stars and bars are totally fine. Stars and bars are totally fine. Yep. Just to give an idea of what you're going to be talking about in your paper. Okay. And then pie paragraphs. So I was thinking that someone said, yes, they want some help on that pie paragraph. Okay. I don't have a doc cam in here, but I'm going to do my best to do something. Let's see. I don't know if I have any paper or not. Let me see here. No, let's wait. Let's see. Oh, I'll write on the back. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be able to see you for a minute because I'm going to use my doc cam to show you. And my doc cam is my camera right now because my camera on my computer does not work. So I'm going to use my doc cam to show you a pie paragraph format. And I hope that's not upside. Is that upside down? All right, so P, that's backwards. Nope, that's backwards too. Let's see. I cannot write backwards, so we're gonna have to go and fix this real quick. Where's my thing? Okay, let's see, video. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. Okay, so we have P, I, E, I, E. Okay, I wrote all those down there. Okay, now this is your purpose statement. Okay, this is similar to a thesis. Okay, now each paragraph should have a purpose in everything that you write. Can everybody see this page that I'm on right here? Can everybody see this? Okay, so each paragraph should have a mini thesis statement to go into the topic that you're going to be talking about. Okay. So it's to give the reader what to look forward to in the paragraph. Okay. So, let's see. I didn't have anything prepared for a pie paragraph today. So what can we use for a topic statement, a purpose statement today? Let's see. I don't know. Let's do summer is the best time of the year because school is out and there is sunshine for days. Okay, so there's a purpose statement. It's really not a very good one, but it's still a purpose statement, okay? It's me making a claim. I am making a claim that this paragraph is going to be about how summer is great, okay? And how school is out and there's sunshine for days. Does everybody understand that? Does everybody understand that part? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. So this next one, this first I that's right here, okay? This is information. Okay, this is your quote. All right, so this is where your quote comes in. So you're going to pull a quote either from your text. This is quotes from text or research. Okay, this is where this goes. All right, quotes from text or research. All right, so, and then that's what you're going to use here. Okay, but you don't forget, you have to embed these, embed quotes. Okay, you have to embed the quotes. Now, this information here, this quote has to prove this right here. Okay, the quote has to directly relate to the purpose statement and has to be able to prove this. Okay, everyone with me so far?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So then I have my my explanation. Okay, this is your commentary, your own words. And that you are explaining, so you're going to explain why the quote you chose is evidence to your purpose. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So to the person who sent me the message asking for some extra help on this, is this making sense to you so far? Okay, great. Wonderful. Okay, so this should be about 2 sentences of your own words. Okay, 2 sentences. It all has to go back up to here. Okay, so does this explain this? Okay, now I have another IE here because you are doing expanded paragraphs by this time. Okay, so therefore you have another quote. Okay, and this quote again explains your purpose. And then you have another explanation. Okay, that explains your information here that relates to your purpose. Everything relates back to here. Okay, everything goes back up to this right here. Okay, now do not ever if you'll notice here, do I end the paragraph with a quote? Do I end it with information?
No.
No, I don't. Now, I have seen this happen several times, that paragraphs are ended with a quote, okay? Do not ever end a paragraph with a quote. You are ending a paragraph with an explanation, okay? And then that paragraph, then you can conclude the paragraph in this explanation, okay? So you can conclude the paragraph here. And to go on to the next paragraph. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So is everyone cool on the pie paragraph? Everyone's got it.
Yes.
Yes, just a minute. I'm doing this right now. So okay, so everyone else, so the people that I got messages from about the pie paragraph, does this help you and explain things a little bit better for the pie paragraph format? Okay, great, good. If you still need help with this when you're writing your paper, please tell me, because I don't want you to lose points because of this, okay? So let's see, let's get my camera back to where it was. My computer, everything is ready here. I'm on the other side of the room. Okay, so anyway, let's see. And so I was asked a question about the outline. Okay, so in the conclusion, if you guys will go and you guys will look at the conclusion. So everyone see the conclusion on the outline? Just thumbs up would be fine. Can you guys see the conclusion over here on the outline? Okay. So it's got in here, it says call to action. So a call to action is because someone asked me a question about this in the chat. So a call to action is when that's kind of like the final thing that you're saying, the last thing that you want people to know about. What's going to make people want to learn more about your topic, maybe to make a change, and things like that. So what's going to be that next step that you want people to take? That's your call to action. Does that make sense? Okay. So the person who asked me, does that make sense? Okay. Okay, good deal. All right, awesome. All right. So again, this is just bullet points, guys. Bullet points of what you're going to use as evidence, how you're going to discuss it, how it supports, again, how it supports your thesis, again, like the pie paragraph does. Okay, and then the conclusions. Okay, so this is a basic outline. This is not a paper. This is not the paper. This is an outline. Okay, I'm going to keep saying it never fails. I get someone who sends me like a 4-page outline and it's a paper. Okay, don't do that. Please don't do that. It's an outline. Okay. All right. So I have some more instructions for you on your work citations if you want those, and then some in-text citation guidelines. So if you want those as well, those all are just pretty much the same as the stuff I've given you. This is just explained differently for those of you who maybe had trouble with the assignment I gave you last time. All right. So let's see here. So any questions on that stuff? Are there any other questions on that stuff?
No.
Okay. All right. All right, good deal. Okay. So like I said, today we're going to talk about a thesis statement in the last few minutes that we do have together. A thesis statement, okay, this is, again, what it is and how to write it. We've talked about this before. We've gone over this before, but it doesn't hurt to remind you because a thesis statement is very hard to write. And a lot of people do struggle with this, okay? even adults who are writers struggle with this. I've struggled with it before, and it's something that sometimes it's not the easiest thing. There have been times that I've actually written an entire paper without a thesis statement before I even knew what I was writing. I know you shouldn't do that, but there have been times when I've actually had a thesis statement at the end. I finished it at the end of my paper. All right, so what is a thesis statement? A thesis statement is a roadmap for your paper. In other words, it tells the reader what to expect from the rest of the paper. This is going to tell people what you're going to be talking about. Okay, this is going to explain what your paper is going to be about in a one sentence, not a paragraph, one sentence. Okay, it directly answers the question asked of you. So the question that you have chosen in order to do your paper on, it's answering the question. Okay. It's an interpretation of a question or subject. It's not the subject itself. The subject or topic of an essay might be World War II or Moby Dick. A thesis must then offer you a way to understand the war or a novel. Okay, so you are giving your reader the explanation of what you're going to discuss so that they can understand better about what happened in World War World War II or Moby Dick. Okay, makes a claim that others might dispute. So this cannot be a one-sided thing. A claim statement or a thesis statement cannot be one-sided. You have to be able to argue it. If you cannot argue a thesis statement, then it's not a thesis statement, period. Okay. So if you can't, I got hairs all over the place over here today. Sorry, it keeps bugging me because it's like bouncing up and doing weird stuff over here. Anyway, so you cannot have a one-sided claim, okay? A one-sided thesis statement, all right? It's usually a single sentence somewhere in your first paragraph that presents your argument to the reader. The rest of the paper, the body of the essay, gathers and organizes evidence that will persuade the reader of the logic of your interpretation. So again, it's one sentence, and it's usually, I would say 90% of the time, it is at the end of the paragraph. It's the last statement that you make in your introduction paragraph. Okay. So that's usually where people put it. Just so it's the one thing that people remember of your intro paragraph when it comes along. All right, how to create a thesis. Look at your evidence. Okay, what does your evidence support? What conclusions can you make from it? So based on the question you're trying to answer, look at the evidence and what it supports and what kind of ideas that come out of your thoughts after you've done the research. Okay. So, and then think about the connections between your evidence and your question and topic. So think about how everything relates and how everything goes together. And then, you can put that in the diagram that I gave you. Start a working thesis, the basic idea of the claim you will make. Make a note and come back and tweak this thesis as you write and further analyze your evidence. This is what great writers do. Again, this is a good reason to use that graphic organizer that I provided for you about how to write a thesis. Okay. That will help you organize your basic working thesis to where you can start kind of playing with it and getting things kind of figured out on your page. All right, how do you know if you have a strong thesis? Do I answer the question? Rereading the question prompt after constructing a working thesis can help you fix an argument that misses the focus of the question. So if your thesis is not answering your question, your research question that you created, then it will not work. Okay. If it is not answering the question that you created for your thesis, for your paper, then it is not a good thesis statement. Okay. Have I taken a position that others might challenge or oppose? If your thesis statement simply states facts that no one would or even could disagree with, it's possible that you are simply providing a summary rather than making an argument. So again, it cannot be one-sided. It must be something that can be argued. It has to be something that other people can have different opinions on and that there is other research on. There has to be more than one side. All right. If it's one-sided and it simply states just facts about what's happening, then it's not really a thesis statement. All right. Is it specific enough? Thesis statements that are too vague often do not have a strong argument. If your thesis contains words like good or successful, see if you could be more specific. Why is something good? What specifically makes something successful? I see this a lot, okay? I see this a lot in a thesis statement. I see the word many, okay? These are words to avoid. Good, great, many, anything that is not specific to what you are talking about. Do not use those kind of words, okay? A lot is another one. You know, I had a student that wrote a thesis, and it was like something about mental health, and it was like, there's a lot of mental health problems in the world, and to fix them, we need to do this, this, and this. Okay, when you're saying that, that's not very specific to me. Okay, that needs to be, you need to be more specific about what those problems are. Okay, any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. All right, guys. So questions to ask, continue. This is my thesis. Does it pass the so what test? Okay. If the reader's first response is so what, then you need to clarify to forge a relationship or connect to a larger issue. So don't make it to be where someone's like, okay, you told me this information. What's your point? Okay. You can have someone else read it for you if you want. I'll read it for you. I'll tell you if it passes that test. Okay. So you have to be able to connect with that reader, and you have to be able to get them to want to read what you're talking about. Does my essay support my thesis specifically and without wandering? Okay. If your thesis and the body of your essay do not seem to go together, one of them has to change. It's okay to change your working thesis to reflect things you have figured out in the course of writing your paper. Remember, always reassess and revise your writing as necessary. Okay, so you can have a thesis statement at the very beginning, and then your thesis statement can change at the end of your paper. It has happened. It happens to me whenever I write papers all the time. Okay, so does my thesis pass the how and why test? If the reader's first response is how or why, your thesis may be too open-ended and lack guidance for the reader. See what you can add to give the reader a better take on your position right from the beginning. Okay. You are making a blanket statement. You are saying this is how it is and this is why. Boom, done. It's there. Okay. So you are not asking a question. You are not, if you ask a question in your thesis statement, then it's not a thesis statement. Okay. You're not asking questions in your paper, you're answering them. Okay. So if they are asking you how and why, or if you think that someone's going to say, okay, how is this possible? Or why is this, why am I reading this? You need to make sure that those are in there. All right, let's see. Okay. So that's the information that I have on thesis statements. Again, guys, please go back and do these things here. These will help you with every single thing that we just talked about. Okay. This is a guide to help you. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. Okay. These will help you. I think one student used this last time. Okay, one student used this last time. That student had a fantastic thesis. Okay, use this as a guide. Okay, so all right, so you will be writing your thesis statement today. That'll be in your paper, that'll be in your outline. All right, so I should see your thesis statement. Okay, right down here in this lovely little box right here where it says thesis statement. I should see a full thesis statement there when you turn this in. Okay. All right. So this is due on wait, what is it? Yes, Wednesday. Today's Monday. It's only Monday. All day long. So this will be due on Wednesday. Okay. So, oh yes, and I have some great news for you guys. It's either great or it's scary. I'm not sure which one, but I want you all to keep this in mind as we're moving forward to the end of the school year. After today, we have 5 classes left. 5 classes, 5. Okay, 5. If you will be exempt from the final if you have an 80% or above. If you have an 80% or above, you will be exempt from the final exam. So if you are missing work or anything like that, please get it turned in, because I'm not going to keep begging you all for your work. All right. It's just, I'm not going to do it. Okay. You guys are old enough now. You're almost juniors. Okay. So this should be something you don't even have to think about. Get your work turned in. If you check your grades and I have made a mistake, please let me know. It has happened. It's happened actually quite a bit this year because Miss Cox the virtual schooling is hard. And I'll be honest with you, I'm still learning how to do all this stuff sometimes, and I have to keep track of things very, very fast. So if you are missing a grade because I put the grades in and maybe I turned them in, I turned them over really quick or something, then please let me know. I will go back and check it. I absolutely will. I don't have a problem with that. I do not have a problem telling you that I made a mistake. And actually I will tell you, thank you for catching that. So good job. Again, if you have an 80% or above, then you will be exempt from the final. Please, everybody just needs to get an 80%. So turn in all your stuff, okay? Everybody, because teachers don't like to grade the final. I'm just gonna be honest. We would love to not have to grade any finals at all at the end of the school year. So everybody needs to get 80%, turn in your work. I cannot give you credit for work you do not do. So if you don't turn in stuff, I'm not going to give you the points to do it. So, and finals will be on the days of the 26th, 27th, and 28th. Those will be the days of the final, 26th, 27th, and 28th of May. Okay. So I know some people had questions about that, and I tried to get those answered. Are there any other questions about anything before we go? 5 class days.
No.
Hey, you know what? Anything's possible. I've seen miracles happen. So if everyone thinks that they're not going to get 80%, you would be surprised. Okay. I had seniors that did not have great grades, and then they finished with like a C, which I know that's not an 80%, but still, that's like raising their grade up significantly. Okay. That's like huge, massive grade point range. Okay. You have to turn in your work though. There cannot be zeros in the grade book for you. All right. So make sure that you're getting stuff turned in. All right, y'all, I'm gonna let you go, and y'all have a fantastic Monday. I will see you all on Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.